decision to return? What went into that, and why'd you decide to come back?
I think a lot of it, what had me coming back was mostly Greg. I think talked to him about some stuff at the next level. Just some things for myself that I needed to get right. A lot with being bigger, faster, stronger. Going into the league. Ready to deal with grown men versus just playing in college. I think a lot of it had to do with film. Like, I have film, but I think I just want to solidify myself as a guy. He's one of the best guys in the nation coming into this year, so I think that was my big thing.
And what is separating you from him?
I want to get the ball out there. I will get the ball out there. I think that's my biggest thing. Just being more comfortable, just showcasing my talent, my speed, my skill set. I think that's the biggest thing.
And I imagine you're a 7-year guy, and yourself as kind of leader this year. What does that look like? How have you sort of embraced that role?
Just getting guys in, making guys hone in on the big picture right now. It's real big, but just making everything small right now. Just focus on the little details that I can at practice and in the room. And through each and every one of the new guys just getting here on campus, I think that I need to just become more vocal. I am being more vocal, but I think just reaching out to those guys who don't know about the playbook, just making sure I clarify this and crystallize it for them.
How do you think that the room reloaded with talent? Obviously, you're back there, but for the most part, you guys lost some guys and brought in some guys. How have some of the new guys like Kobe, fit in? And do you guys feel like you can keep playing at the same level you've been at?
I think, we play man. So, if you play man coverage, I think it'd be pretty good. I think a lot of the guys that came in showcase that. I think we still have a lot of other technique, fundamental stuff, like little things we got to clean up in our tech. But I think for the most part, everybody that we got in the room can help us. I like Jaheim. I like Exodus. I like Amarion. But even still got guys that are still here like Kane, Skylar. Noble, Massey. Just those guys. Just pushing the room. I need them to just keep doing what they're doing and just push the envelope of the room.
How does the defense feel about having Trent take over the head job? You guys like having one of your guys?
We love it. We love it. I said I was going to come back if Brazy came back, which was one thing that we talked about, but a whole bunch of other things included in that. But him being the head of it for the defense, is a good thing. Not much changes for us, but yeah.
Was that like a loyalty thing for you to want to come back? Obviously, you had other teammates who had other decisions, maybe followed the old staff elsewhere and other things. Was that just a big loyalty thing for you and defense and wanting to come back and play for Bray?
I love Bray. I met him when he first got here. I think it was more of I want to finish what I started. It wasn't more about going to go seek money or whatever, NIL,
Sure.
New stuff like that. I kind of just want to finish what I started. Somewhere I'm comfortable. I know the playbook. I have to push on other people now. So that's just the biggest thing.
Yeah.
How has Hayward been? What have you liked to see out of him, and what's his style? How would you kind of assess what he brings?
Just having Bray as a D coordinator and having Hayward as a coordinator is a little bit different. Brazy gets a little riled up at practice sometimes. He's more vocal, more aggressive than Hayward, I would say. But I think Hayward, he's a good coach right now. He's still learning the ebbs and flows of everything, but for the most part, he's pushing the envelope of the program.
Similar scheme-wise and similar systems?
I'm pretty sure. I can't throw everything out there.
You mentioned or asked you about leadership. Who was someone who maybe helped you out when you were a young man around here? Who was a big leader for you that you might thought?
Jaden Graham.
What made him special?
He was just different. Being a walk-on and then having multiple setbacks, coming to be the leader he was, just saying Jaden Grant, a lot of people know who that name is in the city, especially and in the state. So, just watching him going day in throughout his work, he was a 7th year, he was hurt, had the same injuries. Just his mindset about it, he never gave up. He's been through the fold, he knows how to grind, he knows how to push and lead others. That was the biggest thing, I think. And I'm still taking from that and learning how to apply it to these new guys in the room and on the team. So that's
And so is that pulling a young guy and looking at film, or pulling a young guy in a drill here and talking to him? What does that look like? You know what I mean?
I'm like a coach and a player.
Okay.
So I'm big bro to a lot of these guys on the team. So it's just easy as pulling somebody aside. Even when I go home, I'm taking people home, going over the film with them. I might call him back into the room, like, we need to go over this. Like, I'm talking to the D coordinator, we need to get earlier meetings so we could go over stuff, you know, have a little more time on installs, you know, so we get more plays down. But I think the biggest thing is just making sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, a lot of new faces. Huh?
Yeah, a lot. It's a whole new team.
Yeah.
Like, one of only 2 coming back, so it's like, it's just way different, you know, but yeah.
Imagine 7 years ago, I run into you and I'm like, I'm gonna see you in 7 years. You're still gonna be here.
You never would have thought.
Yeah,
You never would have
crazy
thought.
to wrap
Like,
your head around a little.
it's just how life goes. Like, you get setbacks and you just got to deal with it.
I'm curious with Coach Hayward. Has he let the DB room know how good he was when he was here as a player?
He was telling me that in the
Yeah.
training room. In
Yeah.
the training room, the weight room, we're talking. He's like, yeah, I ran this, I jumped this. I'm like, whoa. Like, okay, he was doing that. He was doing
Yeah,
that.
no.
Did you get feedback at all? Did you think about going to the NFL, or was it an easy call?
I did. I got feedback on where I'd go, what I need to work on, my weaknesses, my strengths, and I think a lot of it self-manageable for sure. I think I was surprised with some of the feedback I got, and I'm like, you know, okay, it's okay. I just have another year to prove wrong, and I know everything I need to do. I have the time to do it. So,
What was the biggest surprise?
my speed.
Huh.
They said they didn't know what my speed was like, and felt kind of disrespected, but it's okay. I was gonna showcase that.
What's your 40 or whatever?
I ran 4.39 last year, but I'm a 4.3 guy.
I mean,
So-
that seems fast to me. Last I checked.
It is, man. Nowadays, 4.4 gets you by. So, man.
What did you graduate in? What degree wise? Did you graduate yet?
Yeah, new media communication. I'm double majoring in sociology right now.
Okay, so you're going to do a sociology degree to
Yeah.
follow up on the media communication. Okay. How familiar are you going to be able to get that?
Yeah, I'm about to finish it this next term.
Okay, so then you'll just do some master's courses or something after.
Is it encouraging to see a guy like Alex Austin
Yeah, I love
come out of
Alex.
that room
Yeah.
and stick and now get a new contract?
I love Alex. Yeah, man. It was just incredible. It's just great to see him. Like, to see a lot of the guys in my room, like, you know, we're at Oregon State. We're a grind place anyway. Like, you know, we got to get out the mud from the get-go. So to see him go to the leader position he was in, bounce around for a couple different teams, you know, and then show up how he did in the at the end of the regular season, you know, I think that's big for him. I love him for that. You know, I think he's going to be one of those ones in the league, you know, and I think they're going to have a good defense going into next year. So I think he's going to be one of those guys that's a key piece for it.